Hey guys, Mark Flockhart. Just going to go over some of the issues I've been having with a program called AmazeOwl and why I would lean towards a different product. First of all, AmazeOwl is great to start with. I'm a fairly new FBA private label investor, so I'm trying to invest into the private label market. Want to try to get some extra income off of that. But what I want to go over is where I started, or where I'm starting, is with AmazeOwl, and I'll show you all the products I've been researching. I really haven't found one that's really hit what I'm looking for. Either it's the demand's not there, or there's a lot of demand, but there's very difficult to get into the market. And that's the thing. I kind of like that, because that means that not anybody can just join this program and be like instantly successful. That would be great, but then everybody would be doing it, and then it would just fall apart. So, yep, it's going to take some work. I've probably got 30, 40, 50, 60, whoever knows how many hours I've plugged into product research. I'm kind of leaning towards a couple products. I found two, but then after some research, they've kind of fallen out of my category of successful products, that I would, so to speak. I just a side note, I think it's a little more difficult. I think you just really need to start with maybe a smaller growth to start to get your feet wet, to get used to like sourcing the products and getting through that process. I've gone as far as getting ready to place the order, but they got backed up, and then that kind of fell apart. And then I kind of lost my window where the highest profit would go through. Other than that, the thing is, you just got to kind of grow something small to start with, maybe, which is what a lot of people do, and then they reinvest that into harder products. So for example, if you had a lot of money, sure, you could go into the seat protectors, and then you could go ahead and fight all these guys and get these 71 sales of $2,000 per day. But you really have to have some money to invest into it, because to get to the top of that search, you're going to have to fight hundreds of people selling them. So there is a lot of opportunity, but you really have to know where you're going with this. So first of all, AmazeOwl, incredible product. They make a great research tool. You can hunt for products. If you haven't watched my video on how to use AmazeOwl, how I've been using it to research products to purchase, then go ahead and watch that as well. You can search through it. The thing that I don't like about it is starting it up actually takes me a couple minutes, because I have to load it several times. It's almost like it's loading from the web, which it is. That's kind of a pain. Like, it loads, and then I sit there and, did it open? No. Okay, click it again. Did it open? No. Click it again. Oh, it opened. Great. That's one issue. The other issue I've been having is, I don't know if they're doing a lot of updates at this time, but I'm constantly getting, and I don't have a whole lot of products. I've probably got maybe, well, this isn't my products. Tracked products, I've probably got maybe 20, maybe 30, 20 or 30 products, if that. It's having trouble like researching. It's like timing out and just, it can't load, and you got to refresh. And then sometimes the little box doesn't pop up they have to click on. So that's been kind of a pain that I've been having. It's not that big of a deal. I'm okay with that if it's just like, an update. It's been a couple days that it's been doing that. I've even posted on their Facebook page, hey, what's going on? And they kind of reached out and said, yeah, we're doing some stuff. And if you have a lot of products in your cart or in your research, then it's going to load slower. But I wasn't even in it. I was on Amazon. Anyways. That's the second reason. The third reason is I'm missing a part of it. So I feel like I'm not getting enough information. It's not about the cost, because the free one that alone is amazing. They made a great thing. But I kind of feel like I'm not getting enough information based on what I'm looking for. And this is where your AmazeOwl and Amazon, or whatever that other product is called, really kick the butt of AmazeOwl. I get it. They say AmazeOwl is better with the numbers, and so is that AMZ. I'll link the ones below for you to look at. But there's an AMZ, an Amazon one, that's supposedly better than JungleScout. And I'll show you those here at the end of the video, just so you can see what I'm talking about. Anyways, so for example, I love the fact that they have the trends. You've got the, you can click on it, you can search that. Sometimes it doesn't work, sometimes it does, so it's kind of iffy. The thing I absolutely hate, and probably the number one reason I'm going to switch, is this section right here. So you've got your competitor list. I find it hard to believe, and I don't understand why 3 of 3,000 and whatever. So I get it. There's 3,000 people selling this product, right? 3 of them are competitive. But yet when you click on the product, out of those 3, it's only going to load the 3 because I kicked the other ones out. But if you go to the ignored competitors, it's excluding a lot of these things. Like right here, this is the same product, right? So this guy's selling 4, so he's a low guy, so I guess they don't count him. This guy's selling 4, this guy's selling 1. Maybe they're just averaging a few sales, so maybe no one's just, the people that are selling these aren't making sales. I don't know, okay? So maybe that's something that they are training and I'm just missing that part of it, but that's very annoying. The other annoying is where I'm at right now. So these people have been ignored from my search, but there's no way to put them back. What if I want them to be compared to the competitors? I cannot click them and put them into that list. AmazeOwl gets to choose who is my competitor and who's not. That's very annoying. Where with JungleScout, you can see all the top 15, 17, or whatever competitors there is right there. And I'll show you that here in just a moment. That is my number one problem with this product. Let's go back to tracked products. Ease of entry, this stuff means nothing because I've had products that came back and said jump on it, like right here. Let's see if I can find one. Competitive but rewarding, mainstream product, but then yet it says I think there's a section in here where it says like jackpot, jump all over it. Maybe not this one. Anyways, there's a couple of them in here that say jackpot, but yet they're so competitive that there's no way I would even get in that market. I'd be at the last page, the second to last person. Here's a really good one. If you guys want something, if you're willing to take the risk, this one's a really good profit margin. You can make essentially like $20 per item, even though it says more. This is a hidden camera in the USB charger. So pretty cool. I got a little scared when I saw a review where one blew up on a guy and it melted the wall down, and I was like, no thanks. Competitive yet rewarding, jackpot, jump in it, but it's competitive, right? There's 26 people of 548 good competitors. The reviews aren't very high, so it's really low. There's your giveaway. If you're willing to take the risk, you could potentially make a lot of money with this product. The growth is there a little bit. There's not a whole lot of searches, but the ones that are coming in are up and down, kind of growing. I'm assuming this is July, so it's not really a niche. It's not like a Christmas item, although that would help too. Anyways, those are the complaints, main complaints I have with AmazeOwl. And let me show you what I'm comparing it to, because I've really been looking at different things. What we've got here is JungleScout. So this is the pricings. I'll just put my photos here. So here's what JungleScout showed you. They show you the average sales rank, the average price, the average reviews. The amazing part is you can go right over here, hover over it, and look at the item. They organize it for you so that you see every individual product. That's the problem I'm having with AmazeOwl. I'm kind of guessing here, okay, who are the competitors and where did you find them? Right? Why are you guys picking these? Why are the medium reviews 243? Is that 47 average out of 439? I mean, what are we even talking about? I get it. I've actually read all about this stuff, and I watched the video up here about it, and he talks about you want to be less than 500 reviews, you want to have less than 25, more than 5 competitors, less than 25, otherwise the product is potentially a flop. But I'm just taking somebody's word for it. I'm not physically seeing it myself, and I don't want to handicap my business for future products. So I'm not going to know what to look for because they're limiting. And it's kind of like the iPhone versus the Android, where the Android does everything individually, but it's a lot more work, right? Where the iPhone is a lot easier to use and it's more dumbed down, and that's why I like the iPhone, because I don't want all that extra stuff. But when I'm researching something to sell, I want to see some of the options. I wish they had an option to choose both so I could see them both. So this is what it looks like. You can look at the average price. I can just kind of eyeball this and say, okay, yeah, you're about $18. but I don't need to because it says $17.20 here. I can look at the ranks. I don't need those. I'm really looking at the sales. So I know I want to have about in the top, 7, I want to have 2,000 sales, but I don't want anyone to be a major competitor. Okay, so that's nice to see. And then the reviews, I can see, okay, who's getting what reviews. Where with AmazeOwl, it's just flat out, here's the average reviews. That doesn't help me, because if this guy here is getting all the reviews, then he owns the market, right? I mean, essentially, I could try to compete with him, and I might be able to get it. But if there's 20 other people selling the product, and AmazeOwl slid them aside and said they're not competitive, so I'm not going to count them as a competitor. But I need to know that, because if I see 30 people competing in this market and nobody's selling them except for one guy, I kind of need to know that. In AmazeOwl's defense, yes, if you do click on competitor report, which is clicking on the photo, doesn't matter, you can click on you can see the actual daily sales and all that stuff, but they've excluded people. Do I have to go into exclusion all the time? Now I have to look at all these, and I have to siphon through all these manually. I can't just look at the data at once. And that's where these other two programs come in to play. So maybe down the road, AmazeOwl will make a better product that way. That's that. I also wanted to show you one other thing here. This is just a little bit better picture. I just pulled these offline. These aren't my specific ones. The other thing is, so JungleScout has two parts, and I'll go over pricing because there is a big price difference between the two. And AmazeOwl just destroys that with prices. They're really good. This one is so much better, in my opinion, for search. I've watched countless videos on both of them. I've played with them. I downloaded a trial version of a different program that's pretty much identical to this. And when we get to the end, you'll get to see those. So you can go through, select your category. So if I want to be in books, I can click on the books, and that's the only category it's going to search in. I can tell it I want to be within this price, I want to be within this rank, and I want the reviews to be low. So that's something you can do with JungleScout. So we'll go here. You can go into settings, and you can do this. I want my optimal price to be between here. I want my average reviews to be here. But then again, I'm not determining the average views by looking at them myself. JungleScout is saying between the competitors that we chose, which maybe they're doing the best job. I don't know. That's the problem. I don't know. Here's the ones we chose, and here's where they are. So you're really taking a big risk with this. You've also got the BSR, so the buyer sell rank. What range you want to be within, that's nice and everything. So they're very similar, but we kind of fall back to the thing where AmazeOwl's deciding who my reviewers are, and that's really not sitting okay with me. So you can do that. You can pick the weight, and then you search here, and it pulls up all the products. Now I can go through all the pictures and look at them and be like, oh, I like this, I like this, I like this, I don't like this. So I can now go through and save them. There is a price difference. Let's see, where am I at time-wise? I'm trying not to make my videos too long for you guys. There's so much stuff to cover. Price difference. AmazeOwl is the best price. And this isn't really a comparison, but I kind of, at the end, I promised I'd show you the two different things. So AmazeOwl, $10 a month, that's really all you need to start with. Unless you're established and you're really growing and you've got multiple products, you're doing massive research, sure, the $29.95 is good. If you get extremely big, then you got to go through the requesting and kind of talk on pricing. But right here, $9.95, definitely worth it. The thing that they're going to give you with this $9.95 is, I don't know if it says it in here, 20 products, and you can do more keywords, which I just search that myself later. Find potential products. If I'm not mistaken, I'll show you what it is here. So there's a product database where AmazeOwl gives you products within the parameters that you set. So you're kind of saying here, I did the trial, so I'm done with it. But you say my price, how many rank stars, this, and that. So very, very similar to the JungleScout one, except once I have that, so this is a really good tool, very, very similar to the JungleScout. But once I have it, now I'm like, where did you get the reviews from? Where I don't know, because I'm not physically going out there and actually looking at it. So that's a very powerful tool. I'm trying to be as open about it and not like slam them, because I don't think there's anything wrong with the program. I just think that there's better options as far as the knowledge that you're going to get. Okay, so yes, you will find products, but you're still shooting in the dark. You are basing off of numbers, but you're not physically looking at them yourselves and digging into them. I think once you've found the product, the next step is to get the tracking results, and that's where I kind of feel like AmazeOwl is kind of falling apart. The other one is, so $10 a month, pretty good starting point. If that's where you need to start, do it. JungleScout. So there's two parts to JungleScout. There is the web app, which is what I just showed you here. This is the web app, and this is where I think I want to be. You don't have to have this to find the products. You can kind of guess at a product and check it. So if you're going throughout the day and you say, oh, I'm buying this little toy, I wonder if they're good, so let's search this little toy, and you find it and you search it. Is it good? Is it bad? That's the web app. You really do need that, because that's what's going to pop up. If you really just want to save some time, you're going to find your keywords, your search, very similar to the AmazeOwl one, so you have both options. The next one is the extension. So this is a Chrome extension. I think you have to have Chrome to use it. And I apologize, let me back up. The web app is $39 a month, but you can use it till you find a product, and then you're done. If you find the product in the first month, it costs you $39. Probably worth it if you're going to make anywhere from $1,000 to $8,000 a month off your product. Okay, if you want to get a little bit higher in depth, there is something called the Niche Hunter. I don't really see a real special need for that. It's where you can actually weed out niches that aren't going to be for your niche. They're going to find actual products inside of a specific niche. I think more just pulling the products down yourself and getting a list of them is probably better in my opinion. And then you got the business one, which gives you just more of everything. That's the cost. So the Chrome extension is really the must-have, because that's where it's going to give you what we're looking at here, the breakdown of everything. The must-have for the Chrome, I don't understand why you would even want to use the Lite for $97. If you only have $97, then sure. If you only have $97, there's probably a lot more you should be doing besides that. You need to really get a little bit more revenue going before you start doing something like this. So the Lite version, monthly sales revenues, lead and accuracy, rating reviews, seller rankings, ongoing. So you don't get the advanced integration, which I'm not 100% sure what that is. You don't get the sales item profit calculator, dimensions and weight, and FBA estimator, where you get that with the Pro version. This is a one-time purchase, guys. This isn't a monthly fee. So once you purchase that, that's it. You might as well spend the extra $100, get the top version, and then just run with that. There is junglescout.com/estimator, which is completely free. So if you have a specific category, let's say I went into health and care, I just click on that industry, and then your BSR, your buyer sell rank, you just type in whatever number that is, 85.55. I'll hit enter, and whatever the BSR in that category at 85.55 is selling 680 units per month. Okay, so one of the things that a lot of people talk about, AmazeOwl versus JungleScout, and sorry, I didn't mean to get into this whole you versus you. I just wanted to, voice a couple things I've had problems with AmazeOwl. But AmazeOwl and this other program here, it's called AmazeScout Pro. Those guys have been known or are kind of proving themselves to be a better estimator as far as the sales number. So JungleScout is kind of overestimating the sales, and so this 680 might really be 500. So that's a little bit of a problem, but I'm looking for categories that are going to be high. So if I'm a little bit low, I'm not really that worried about it. If I really, really get into the product and I have to check it, then I'm going to download what I'll pay the extra fee, the $10 for AmazeOwl for that 5 minutes to check it. Okay, but they have different ways of checking it besides that, which are free too. The last program I'm going to show you is this AMZ product, which is actually a pretty good product. There's one major flaw to it from my opinion. So they give you a 1-day trial. By the way, I didn't know that, so the following day I'm like, what the heck is this? There are little hacks. You can try to hack it and re-download it, but whatever, it's a day trial. This program is ridiculously expensive. I don't care how much better it is at if AmazeOwl was so bad at estimating the numbers, you wouldn't have such high reviews for them. They're still doing a good job. Even if they're off by a few numbers, even if they're 10% off, which I doubt they are, I can't imagine that making that big of a difference. If you're that close in a niche or that close on a product, I think you've got larger issues than the program tool you use. You got to use some of your own thoughts. You know, you got to think about this stuff. Okay, research the product and make sure it's selling. Make sure you can get into it. You know, and then just take the leap. You got to do it. But AmazeScout, we're going to Google it here because they are Scout. We'll just pull it up here. This just blew my mind. JungleScout. They advertised over them. Nice. AmazeScout, we're going to choose a plan, and we're going to choose it based off the monthly. $20 a month for basic. Not bad. $29.99 a month. But this is for... I don't think this is for the extension. That's for their web app. So they're pretty much the same as JungleScout. The Chrome extension is what really got me. So let's go down here and reviews, prices. $29 a month and $45 a month. So in stock, I'm going to want to know. Favorite products, I'm going to want to know. Bestseller mark, I don't care about. Searching on Alibaba, I can just go to Alibaba myself, so that doesn't matter. Return on investment calculation. I don't need that. There's tons of free tools for that. So I don't need this. I don't need this. I don't really care about this. Favorite products, whatever. In-stock amount is really where I think they're getting you, because I really would like to know the in-stock amount, although it doesn't really matter that much. AmazeOwl's, the JungleScout does it too on their app. They'll tell you the in-stock amount as you search products. You actually start researching them. But this is mainly for the people that are just researching the products. I do not want to pay $29 or $45 a month for something where I can go to JungleScout and pay them $39 a month or $69 a month, whatever, for a product that's going to give me a lot more features. I apologize. Let me reverse that, because that actually would make sense if we were talking about the web app. They are better, cheaper on the web app, but I'm talking about Chrome extension, which is 99% of what you're going to use. The Chrome extension here is $45 a month versus your I left it. Okay, versus the 20. Oh, hold on. I'm sorry, guys. Products, Chrome extension. There we go. Go down to prices. Okay, so $200 just flat out. This is the product you're going to constantly use for years. And I'm sure they're going to do updates and have another purchase. But even if I bought this 3 times over and spent $600, that's equivalent to spending 10 months with the other one. So that's where the biggest price difference is. I'm going to probably choose JungleScout over the Amazon and the AmazeOwl one, just because JungleScout has been proven. They are working, and that's where a lot of your top guys are using these. And the cost difference between the web Chrome extension is so much better. That's it. If you liked the video, give me a thumbs up. If you didn't like the video, give me a thumbs down. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on that bell icon. So if you want some more tips and advice as I grow my business, I hope you can kind of chime in and let me know how you're doing. Leave me a comment below. Let me know, which product would you choose between the 3? And if you already have it, which one do you like the most and why?